It began one sunny afternoon in heavy traffic, when HOA Karen, in an unthinkable escalation, physically endangered my family. She attempted to engage in a reckless road confrontation, driving aggressively and targeting my daughter, who was a heart patient, in a situation that could have had fatal consequences. What she did not realize was that I was the county sheriff, and my knowledge, authority, and preparedness would turn this dangerous scenario into a decisive response that left her exposed and powerless. The moment I witnessed Karen's aggression, I took immediate control. My first priority was my daughter's safety. Using the patrol protocols and emergency maneuvering techniques I had mastered over decades of service, I ensured she was removed from danger without incident. Cameras in the vehicle and dashcams captured every movement. Karen's reckless driving, the attempt to intimidate, and the clear disregard for safety regulations. Every detail was recorded, creating a permanent legal and procedural record of her actions. As Karen continued to escalate, attempting to block lanes and provoke a confrontation, I coordinated with local law enforcement communications. While she believed she had the advantage of surprise and entitlement, she was unaware that I controlled both the immediate environment and the official response channels. Officers were dispatched, witnesses were identified, and traffic recordings preserved her reckless conduct. Karen's audacity was about to meet the full weight of preparation and authority. Once safely home, I escalated the response strategically. Legal measures were immediately pursued. Her reckless endangerment was documented, formal complaints were filed, and her past harassment history within the HOA and community was compiled into a detailed dossier. Every prior attempt to intimidate, control, or harass was documented alongside this most recent life-threatening incident, creating an irrefutable pattern of dangerous behavior. Karen, expecting that fear or bureaucratic manipulation would shield her, found herself confronted with undeniable authority. I coordinated a formal review with law enforcement and HOA representatives, presenting evidence that clearly showed her reckless, illegal actions. Her credibility, already tenuous, crumbled under the weight of documented threats, endangerment, and her habitual audacity. She was effectively neutralized within both the community and the legal system. In addition to immediate legal consequences, I implemented preventive measures. Property boundaries were reinforced, traffic monitoring protocols were established around the ranch, and notifications were sent to the HOA documenting her aggression and previous harassment. Karen's ability to use intimidation, threats, or reckless behavior as leverage was permanently curtailed. She had underestimated the authority, foresight, and preparedness of those she targeted, and the outcome was now inevitable. The community quickly became aware of the incident. Neighbors, many of whom had suffered or observed Karen's repeated patterns of entitlement and harassment, were shocked by the audacity of her actions and the consequences she faced. Her reckless behavior was exposed publicly, highlighting both her audacity and the inevitability of consequences when someone underestimates authority and preparation. In the weeks that followed, my family's safety was secured, the roads around the ranch were monitored, and Karen's influence was permanently diminished. She could no longer use fear, manipulation, or audacity as tools of control. The incident became a pivotal example in the community. Attempts to threaten, endanger, or intimidate others, particularly those equipped with authority, strategic foresight, and preparation, will backfire spectacularly. By the end of the month, calm returned to our family and the ranch. Karen's audacity had not only endangered life but had created a permanent record of recklessness, legal vulnerability, and public humiliation. The lesson was clear. Reckless aggression meets consequences. Entitlement cannot override law, and audacity alone is never sufficient when confronted with authority and strategic action. The ranch, serene and secure, stood as a testament to foresight, preparation, and the power of lawful authority. Karen's attempt to endanger my daughter had completely backfired, leaving her exposed, powerless, and permanently discredited. Neighbors understood the principle. Audacity unchecked is ultimately self-defeating when faced with strategy, authority, and preparedness.